Is the rain on the house of the roof in the building that we're recording this week's episode of Digital Waypoint, and all you ladies, gentlemen, and freaking nerds! You thought we were gone? We're back, and we're in business! How are you guys doing? We're doing good. I'm doing good. My name is Noah. I'm sitting across this table once again. My boy Mason with a cheese stick. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm enjoying my cheese stick.
Doing good? Doing good? You're looking real cute when you eat that cheese stick. Attaboy. Keep working it. All right. So we were gone for a little bit, but now we're back. And some things never change. Just like that beautiful music that you heard right before my equally as beautiful intro. If you guys like that, hit up my boy A Cloudy Sky. A Cloudy Sky, no spaces, Sky spelled Skye. He makes some good music. We have got a good chunk of stuff to talk about, because if you listen to this show, I don't know if you'd call it a show. If you listen to this program, you probably know that E3 is upon us. We didn't really get anything last year with E3 because of the aforementioned bad flu, and now we're actually getting one, and it's actually really exciting. So it started today. We had Netflix kind of hyped up all of their Geeked Week with all of their movies and crap like that. And then I have it listed right here. So tomorrow, which is June the 12th, Saturday, Ubisoft Forward is going to be doing their thing. I don't actually know the difference between Ubisoft Forward and anything else in Ubisoft, or if there's a difference, or if it's just Ubisoft.
I think that's just Ubisoft's name.
It's just Ubisoft's name. They're going to release, or they're going to showcase probably a new Assassin's Creed, probably something else. Probably all of their games are just going to be massive open world with too much stuff to do, and you're never going to finish it. So
I was hoping for a Splinter Cell.
Maybe. They might do that.
Yeah.
But they usually don't, because now Ubisoft sucks.
Yeah.
So that's tomorrow. That's all there is tomorrow. Sunday has got a pretty big lineup. You're first looking at Xbox and Bethesda, which is honestly probably the biggest thing that's going to happen at E3.
Yeah.
With Bethesda getting bought out by Xbox, and with everybody's thinking about Elder Scrolls, everybody's thinking about Fallout, everybody's thinking about their new IP Starlink. So that's going to be happening at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. At 3:15, you got Square Enix. At 5 o'clock, you got Warner Bros. And then at 5:30, you got PC Gaming Show. I don't really fully understand why Warner Bros. Only gets 30 minutes. But there you go. And then Monday, you have Take-Two, so it's just 2K Sports, and then Rockstar. They're going to be starting that at 1:15 Eastern. And then Capcom has a news conference, news conference at 5:30. And then to wrap it off on Tuesday, Nintendo has their Nintendo Direct at 12 o'clock Eastern. Bandai Namco has something, and then the E3 2020 award show to cap everything off is at 7:45 Eastern. So there's a whole lot of stuff, but if you're listening, if you're clever, and if you have a keen ear, you'd notice Sony and PlayStation, as well as Electronic Arts, don't have a singular thing planned, which is kind of wild.
Well, Sony has been doing their State of Play separate since 2019.
That's true.
They started it in 2019, and Microsoft they stopped doing E3 a while back too, and they had the Microsoft Center like across the street from the E3 building.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They were hosting a competition, like a competitive conference, right? I mean, literally, you could walk outside and see the the
Wow.
arena or whatever. So I was surprised they were going to be a part of this. But yeah, Sony is doing their State of Play instead.
I bet you it's because of Bethesda, because Bethesda is a big E3 juggernaut with like, I mean, you remember Skyrim, you remember Fallout 4, where they were like, you know, nobody knew that Fallout 4 was coming out, and they were like, yeah, Fallout 4 is coming out in 2 months, and everybody's like, oh, and then they played it, they were like, oh, so hopefully they do a little bit better.
Hopefully.
So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that's coming out, and we are planning to. This is kind of like, I'm trying to think. I've been trying to think of like a good analogy for what this is in the gaming world. I can't think of a really good one. Do you have like a good analogy for like what E3 is for like other things? Like I thought like Christmas, but then I was like, everything's Christmas. That's stupid.
I mean, it's like San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's like Hanukkah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I was saying Comic-Con. But
Yeah, okay, yeah. Comic-Con and Hanukkah in one. Where you get nerdy people and something every day for a set amount of time.
Comic-Con's multi-days.
Yeah, it's like Comic-Con. So we're going to be taking a look at, we're going to be releasing, we're going to try to get together after all of this is done so that we can take a look at the totality of E3, kind of give rundown for the big players. You know, we probably won't do too much for Warner Bros. Considering they get 30 minutes. Take-Two, unless they do something other than 2K22 and make me cry and know that I'm going to spend $70 probably. And we talked about that, man, I guess it was like 2 weeks ago. Farts, bro. So we got some plans. We're cooking some stuff up.
That's right.
So, but today, for episode 10 of these bad boys, we're going to be taking a look at what was announced today, or
yesterday.
What was shown. Was it yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
What was shown yesterday. Because there were a bunch of things that were shown, but they were kind of like 5 real big.
Yeah.
And I figure we start. Excuse me. The first one that we have on our list, maybe we'll just end with that.
Okay.
Since that was kind of the biggest thing that was shown.
The showcase started with Tiny Tina's Wonderland, I think.
Did it start with that?
Pretty sure.
Well, then let's start with that.
Okay.
That I just saw the trailer because they didn't release any sort of gameplay. They didn't really talk about it. It was legit just a trailer. And it looks freaking awesome.
It does.
It
does.
You played Borderlands 2, right?
But yeah, I've played the first 3. I played
really
pre-sequel 1 and 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you played that much Borderlands.
Yeah.
Huh.
The only one I haven't played is 3. Yeah. I've played all the other ones.
How much did you play?
I've played through them.
Did you play to the point where you're like, the first time that I played Borderlands 2 was like, I don't know, 2012 or like close to when it came out.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand the basic premise of like, it's got a story. It's not got a great story.
Mm-hmm.
The characters are okay.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
That was the main thing I got out of it. I didn't realize how deep the looting aspect of it was.
Yeah.
Were you like, did you play enough to know like dedicated drop type of stuff?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I went through and farmed for the keys for the big chest at the end of Borderlands 2, and yeah, I mean, I played it.
Okay. Shoot,
I didn't play the first one that much, but I played the second one a ton.
Bit different.
And then I played the pre-sequel some. I beat it, but I didn't get really into it.
I never beat that.
But yeah, I mean, I played Borderlands 2. I mean, I don't know how many hours. I put a ton of hours.
Really?
Into that. Yeah.
What the what? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I love Borderlands 2. I love the Borderlands series.
Mm-hmm.
I've played 2. I played a little bit of pre-sequel. I played 3.
Mm-hmm.
And so for those of y'all that don't know, kind of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, the game that was announced yesterday, is based off of what it seems like is a DLC from Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
Which kind of had you playing, you know, like a D&D type of game.
Yeah.
it was all about like wizards and knights and castles, dragons, blah 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 blah. So it looks like it's heavily inspired off of that. The trailer, they did a really good job initially of hiding it.
I didn't know what it was.
You couldn't tell it was Borderlands up until the classic cell shaded face whatever design that you see on the main guy.
Yeah.
So it looks really cool. I don't know if it's got like a ton of really good actors and like really funny people like Andy Samberg, Will Arnett. I don't know who Wanda Sykes is or
Sykes.
Ashley Birch.
Wanda Sykes. Okay. Wanda Sykes is. I'm trying to think of something that you would have seen her in. You'll know her if you Google her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what she is in, but I know who she is.
Yeah, she's
like
a supporting actress in a lot of stuff.
Okay, and then Ashley Birch. I don't know who that is.
No, I don't recognize her.
Oh, she's Aloy.
Oh, really?
And she plays Tiny Tina.
Oh.
That makes sense. If it's based on Tiny Tina.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so I mean, even just like Wanda Sykes, I mean, I can't really speak to Wanda Sykes, but Andy Samberg and Will Arnett, like that's pretty freaking
big
dope.
Names. Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to be incorporated, but I'm excited to see it because it looks freaking awesome.
They were their names were shown off in the trailer before Ashley Birch, so I feel like they have to be
pretty integral.
Pretty
integral. Yeah, so it's like the game looks really cool.
Yeah.
If they just took like the Borderlands franchise, I mean, there were guns. Like, I mean, it's definitely still gun based because everything about Borderlands is just basically the whole concept is gun.
Mm-hmm.
So there are gonna be guns, but it looks like you'll be able to use spells.
Yeah.
Which is freaking dope. So it'll be interesting to see. I know that a lot of fans of Borderlands were hoping for like melee stuff in Borderlands 3, so that'll be really interesting to see if they go like you can actually use like a sword. That would be awesome.
Yeah. I would love to see something like that. And I really like this is high fantasy, which is, D&D, really magic based fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that stuff. So if they can pull it off, then this will definitely be a buy for me.
Yeah.
And and I skipped Borderlands 3 just because I don't have the time. But I'd sacrifice it for this. But yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it looks cool. They didn't show off very much, so we can't really, can't really say as to what it's going to be.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll be releasing some gameplay. I imagine. I'd be surprised if this comes out this year.
Oh, yeah.
I'd imagine that it's a 2022 release.
Because Borderlands 3, just came out last year?
No.
Or was it 2019?
2019.
Okay. Well, still.
Me and my buddy spent $100 collectively on like the super legit whatever deluxe edition, and he played about 10 hours, and I probably put in like between my Xbox One and PS5, I probably put in 100 hours. So it's a good game.
I mean,
but it was not as good as Borderlands 2. And so it'll be really interesting to see how they react to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How they keep the fan base. Like Borderlands 2 still has a
huge,
crazy dedicated fan base.
Yep.
So that'll be really interesting. So that's really all that we have to say. There's not a lot that we can talk about just because there really wasn't much that they showed. So
it's very limited. It's just cinematic.
Do you know what they did next? Or do you want to just
I don't remember. I skipped through it because there was a lot of, you saw the list on Tom's guide. There's a
stuff.
Freaking ton of stuff, and I just fast forward through a lot. So my guess, I think Overwatch 2 was not necessarily next, but the next in these 5.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll talk about Overwatch 2, which you never did you ever play or you just never owned Overwatch?
I played it very briefly, like twice. Okay. When it came out, when did Overwatch come out? Let's see.
2016 or 2017.
Is it that new, really? 2016, yeah. Okay, well, in 2016, we had met 2 years before, or a year before, and you had Xbox, and everybody that I was friends with in person had Xbox. So I was like, I'm not gonna buy this team-based game to not play with anybody.
Yeah.
So, it, and I think that was the time where I really started moving into strictly single-player games. So I never played it. I know it's extremely good. I did play Paladins, like the free
the free version.
by Hi-Rez. I really liked that, so I'm sure I'll love Overwatch. And I may get Overwatch too. It depends on if a lot of people that I know get it, and so I know one guy will get it, and my brother will probably get it. So I'll know it's 5v5 now, so I'll probably know 5 people that get it, 4 people.
Yeah. So I played Overwatch so much. Like I think it was was it the year? It was either 2018 or 2019. It was my most played game on Xbox. I put like 500 hours into it that year.
Rookie numbers, according to some people.
I know that it's frustrating because I think like, man, that's not a lot of hours. But then I think nowadays, like, farts, 500 hours when I was doing school and I was working.
Yeah,
I put in 500 hours on a video game.
Yeah.
I freaking loved that game. It was so much fun, and the fan base was either really awesome or disgustingly toxic.
Yeah.
And I love both sides of it.
Yeah.
I think how people are
That's
like,
interesting.
I think toxic fan bases are hilarious. I think people that just make fun of you and say that you're horrible and all this blah, 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 even though it sucks, I freaking love it.
I think it's funny.
That's exactly what gaming is supposed to be.
Yeah.
You should. So, all that to say, I freaking loved Overwatch. But, like a lot of people, I got burnt out by it. It took a while. It took much longer than it usually takes for a multiplayer game to burn me out.
3 years? 2016 to 2019 is your most played game, so say you got burnt out after that?
Well, I didn't start. I started a little bit later than most people. I think I started in 2017.
Okay, still 2 years.
2017. It was either 2018 or 2019.
Okay.
I want to say 20. No, it actually might have been 2019. But yeah, it was so much fun. It was so like Call of Duty is kind of like the classic like multiplayer game.
Oh yeah.
I feel like with Call of Duty, you have to perform a lot of mental gymnastics.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Yeah.
Right? Overwatch, you got to perform a lot of mental gymnastics, and then everybody else on your team has to perform those exact same mental gymnastics.
Yeah.
And you're going to get freaking verbally destroyed if you don't do it right.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was so cool. All the different play styles, like the metas,
Yeah.
all this stuff. All of it was so freaking cool. And Blizzard's been in a whole lot of controversy with people suing them.
Yeah.
And with people leaving. I mean, Jeff Kaplan was like,
that's insane.
He was like the godfather
Yeah.
of Overwatch. Like people knew him as Overwatch, and he had been there 20-some years.
Yeah.
And a couple months ago, he left. And now he said when he left that it was on good terms. It was not like he was being fired or being kicked out.
Because I really wondered that. I wondered if Activision
everybody did.
Just crushed him. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he made sure that everybody knew, like, all right, Overwatch is still good.
Yeah.
Like, work is still going strong on it. So that's good.
Yeah.
But it's going to be different. I know for a while I had been told that it was going to be single player heavy.
Yeah.
And Overwatch was kind of insane. You know how like I'm trying to think. You know, like Fortnite had like a story.
Yeah.
Quote unquote. Overwatch was, for at least to my knowledge, the first multiplayer exclusive game that had a really rich and deep story.
Yeah.
Like, they did such a good job with fleshing out each of the heroes.
Yeah.
They all felt like their own unique, they had a reason to be there type of character.
Blizzard's really good at that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, it'll be really interesting with Blizzard starting to get the short end of every single lawsuit stick, how they handle making this game. Because there are so many people that are like me that are like, all right, Blizzard, just please bring me back.
Yeah.
I want to get sucked into Overwatch 2 and no life it and make my wife upset. I want that so freaking badly, but I'm not sure that they are going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
They have not released much. Did they release any gameplay?
No.
Okay, so it's been all of their like, their trailers and their stuff like that. They're like movie.
Yeah.
Basically,
cinematics,
like they could absolutely make a TV show based off of this.
Oh yeah.
I think it'd do really well.
Probably.
So they've shown off that, and in that they've shown off a lot of the new skins. That was a big part of Overwatch with skins and all this stuff. And there's actually a website, overwatch2.playoverwatch.com. If you go to that, you're able to click and take a look at the new look heroes. And overall, very disappointing. Very few of them look different. I mean, like Winston, they didn't touch. Tracer, they made look very Disney-like, which I don't know how I feel about that. Reaper, pretty much the exact same. Farah, pretty much the exact same. Sombra just looks like a skin that she could have had base game. You and I were talking. Well, yeah, so those are the worst, or like they didn't get touched.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got people like trying to think, like Widowmaker looks pretty good. Looks like it could have been a skin in the base game. Mercy, again, looks like she could have had that skin base game. Genji just put on clothes, which I really don't think I like Genji's now that I look more at it. Like
I don't.
I don't
like it.
He puts on a puffy jacket and some joggers.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, new skin. Lucio doesn't look bad. He doesn't look great, but he doesn't look bad.
Mm-hmm.
But then, and then you have Mei, which they made sure to soften her curves. Baptiste, don't really care for. The big ones, though, you and I were talking. Reinhardt looks awesome.
Yeah.
Reinhardt looks so freaking good because he was already just a cool character.
Yeah.
And you can tell that they spent a lot of time just on his face, on what they wanted him to look like. And he looks like a manimal. Him, McCree looks decent. Freaking Torbjorn looks awesome. He's got the hair flowing now. He's got the goggles.
Yeah.
Oh. So all that to say, I'm talking a lot because I really did love Overwatch, and so I'm really hoping that they can knock this out of the park because so many people are just like me and they're like begging, please Blizzard, don't mess this up. Make this a fun and enjoyable game again. Because it can be so good, but I don't think it will. I don't have high hopes for this game.
Yeah.
Personally. Yeah. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to pre-order it. It's going to be day one. It's absolutely going to be day one, but I'm not confident that I'm going to play it for more than 50 hours.
Yeah.
And I probably put in close to 1,000 hours.
Yeah. I do see here they've got the co-op missions, though. They've got story missions.
Those were okay.
Were they in the first one?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
They came out like a year or two afterwards.
Huh.
And they fleshed out a lot of the story. So it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool if you were interested in the lore. Okay. If you just cared about gameplay, they were fun, but they weren't that great.
Yeah.
You could get really dope skins. So that was Overwatch's biggest freaking thing, was that they were not a pay to win. It was just skins, and a lot of their skins looked really good.
Yeah.
So hopefully they continue that. I'm a little concerned that all of them look very Disneyed or Pixar'd.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They look. Wow! Holy crap!
What?
I gotta shut this. I gotta go back to this page. The home page, because it's animated, just like broke my Mac. It slowed to a crawl. It was like,
oh wow.
If you go to, personally, I like that art style. I like the
Pixar,
the poly looking art style. If you go to Paladins and you go and look at their art style, that's coming out of the TV.
That's coming out of the TV. What the? But
hang on, mute tab. Okay, I got it. And you go and look at their champions. It looks a lot like them. A lot like it.
Okay.
It looks like they're going after that art style. Like I said, that's what pulled me. I didn't mean to kick you. Sorry, my foot slipped off.
That's why I freaking sighed.
That's what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. All right. Anyway, they just added somebody too. They've got a lot of champions in this game. I mean, probably two.
Paladins or
Paladins? Yeah. There's probably 60.
Holy balls! There definitely weren't 60 in
3,
Overwatch.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's almost 70.
Wow.
So, but it looks like they've adopted the art style of that a little more. It was very cartoonish, very polygon, almost low poly looking.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the way the Toys for Bob, like Spyro and Crash, looks like that too.
Yeah.
Has the same art style.
That's like
as
our day and age.
As you would say,
chibi. Very chibi. Also, I don't know if you notice this. If you go to the Overwatch characters and you go to Sombra, if you zoom in on her feet, she's got like toe outlines and it freaks me out.
Sombra. Ooh.
You see that? She got like,
yeah.
You can like tell her toes.
Ew. Especially in the old one? Yeah.
No, in the new one.
Oh, in the old one you can. Are you sure?
Well, you can. Yeah. Well, yeah, in both. Ew! Oh, I didn't realize how the freaking old one you can like. It looks like those toe shoes.
Yeah,
that's freaking gross.
I broke my ankle in those.
Yeah, I bet. Those are disgusting.
Broke my ankle.
You like running it as in like you were actually like jogging.
No, I was running. We made a redneck slip and slide in my backyard. And we had nailed it down on the corners with stakes. And I was running, and my toe in the toe shoe got hung on the front of the slip and slide. And then I twisted it and fell on my butt and just like twisted my ankle around and broke it.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. It was close to breaking the whole bone off to where it was just hanging with muscle. Close.
What the butt? That's so gross.
I was just thinking about it because I've recently
started. See Sombra's toes.
Well, yeah, but I've recently started to get arthritis in that leg or in that ankle because of it.
Well, you're about at the age.
Yeah, I know.
The ripe age of 25.
Next week.
Well,
all right.
Yeah, so don't look at Sombra's feet,
mm-hmm.
But look at Sombra's feet, and hopefully Blizzard is able to knock that one out of the park because they need a win right now as a company.
Yeah.
So that's the second of the big five moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just talk about Far Cry 6.
Not much there.
They've been talking about this. Like they released that teaser trailer a couple months back.
Yeah.
It looks cool. Far Cry has always generally a pretty cool concept. But of course, they didn't really hit big until Far Cry 3 with whatever his name was, the main baddie.
I can't remember, but I know it was a huge game.
Yeah. Do you know how that game ends? I'll give you a real quick spoiler alert for a probably 10 to 12-year-old game. 10-year-old game. Basically, the whole premise is you're partying on a remote island. You get captured by some locals.
I think I do know how this ends.
Yeah, and your friends get captured, and you work to free them with a local tribe. The main bad guy's sister, is like very flirty and all this
I
stuff.
watched a Let's Play of this whole game.
Yeah, the ending always. The game itself just looks cool, but then the ending always freaks me out because you got like at the very end, a series of events leads up to you being able to either save your lifelong friends who you've been working the entire game to save and get off the island, or secondary ending, kill all of them, slit all of their throats, bang the sister, and then after you guys are done banging, she kills you and has your babies.
It's dark.
It's freaking hilarious. It's the weirdest ending to any game. Like, I don't know. I always thought that was freaking hilarious. But
it just, you're like, where did you even come up with that? Like the whole,
it's so twisted.
whole game.
Why did any of you guys think, oh, that's a good way to end this game?
Yeah.
Just bang her, see some knockers, and then get stabbed in the chest. Like, that's literally how it ends. So, I think they either just released or they are releasing a remastered version of that.
Really?
It was a big game back in the day. I remember seeing a lot of people playing it, and then they have subsequently gotten less and less traffic.
Yeah, Far Cry 3 Reborn.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to look up all Far Cry games so I can just see, like, the...
5 was the one with the cult, right? Yeah.
I
like this one.
Cold.
I played this one a lot. It's the one
Far Cry 5.
It's in Montana.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one. That one was fun.
Yeah. I've played Far Cry 4, which wasn't very good.
I didn't play that one.
It's like I don't know. I feel like they're all the same game, just better graphics and different characters.
Yeah.
Where it's very like, it's a cool combination of guns, first person, realistic, hunter scavenger, FPS type of thing with like some stealth mechanics and a lot of gun customization. So it's pretty cool. But I feel like I don't know, maybe it was just Far Cry 4. It felt like it controlled like you were in like molasses. Like everything felt sticky and like just like and like it sucked and I hated it, but I kept playing it. There have been so many Far Cry games. I'm looking at this on the wiki.
Oh yeah.
There's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6 is coming out. And then there's a main game. So as it stands, 5 main games since 2004, which is not a ton.
Yeah.
But it's also not like, it's not a lot. And then spin-offs, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have more spin-offs than you do main games, which is understandable.
Like, apparently Far Cry Instincts is a spin-off with 3 games. And then Far Cry Vengeance is a sequel to that.
Huh. Far Cry Vengeance is only for the Wii.
So they're just Wii versions. That's why they look so bad.
That's freaking
Then
weird.
Far Cry 3, then Blood Dragon.
Blood Dragon I played, and it was really freaking cool.
Yeah. Did anybody play Far Cry Primal? I forgot that existed until just now.
Well, it got so much hype.
Yeah.
People were so excited for it, and then it was one of those, it came out, and then it died. It looks cool, but I just don't know. I don't know if people liked it. I imagine that they didn't, because the Far Cry's, they come out, they get a lot of traffic for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
People beat the game, and there's zero replayability.
Yeah.
And then the games just die.
Yeah.
And then they, if you want to get a Far Cry game, wait 2 months, and you'll be able to get it half off.
Yeah.
It That's just
Yeah.
always how it is. Ubisoft always, if they if you can say one good thing about Ubisoft is you will never have to pay full price for a Ubisoft game
Mm-hmm.
because they generally miss and they generally discount it
Yeah.
very quickly.
Yeah.
So it's like Far Cry 6 based in Cuba, or well, loosely based in modern day Cuba. So,
Mhm.
I mean, you can tell it's Cuba by the way that the architecture looks and all the stuff, and the fact that it's about a dictator, and Cuba is pretty well known for
I mean-
dictators.
Speaking of that, when Jeff Keighley was talking to Giancarlo, I think that's
I don't
how
know
you
who
say his
those
name.
two are.
Jeff Keighley he leads like all of the
Is he
big press
dictator?
conferences.
Oh.
No, God, what? He led the Summer Games Fest.
Mm.
He's like a big he's like a Ryan Seacrest of video game.
Oh,
events,
okay.
yeah.
You like have no idea how he got where he got.
Yeah.
But he's just there.
He's just there and he hosts all these things.
Okay. That's a good
Giancarlo
analogy.
is the actor for the villain in Far Cry 6.
Three? Or so, oh, okay, 6.
Yeah, the guy he plays the villain in The Mandalorian. Anyway, he was talking to him yesterday on a live stream
Mhm.
during the conference, and he said that for playing the villain, he was researching Castro and Hitler to inspire his performance of a dictator.
That's spooky.
Yeah.
That's some spooky stuff.
That's what he's doing though, which is interesting though.
That's really
because
cool though.
This guy's an A-list actor,
Mm-hmm.
and he's taking his role in that seriously, in a video game, which is pretty interesting, I think.
Yeah.
So
No,
better
yeah.
than
I mean,
Keanu and Cyberpunk.
do you know when that's supposed to like have the?
I had no. As far as I know, PlayStation's still not letting them add it back.
I want to play
PlayStation won't let them put it on the PlayStation Store.
I want to play it, dude. Like, man. I want to play the PS5 version. I want to play like a whatever. Yeah, better than freaking whatever. I can't even think of the name. Cyberpunk. It's freaking garbage. But yeah, so Far Cry 6.
Yep.
That'll be really cool. It's also very, very interesting that Far Cry is now getting not one, but count them 2 anime series.
Yeah.
One of them based on Blood Dragon, which absolutely should happen.
Yeah.
The whole like retro sort of that stuff is
Very
all coming back.
Retro wave.
Yeah. All of it is coming back. Blood Dragon was really cool.
Yeah.
Very sci-fi retro, 80s type of whatever.
Yep.
Super dope. If it depends on how much Ubisoft is involved, but if Ubisoft is involved more than just the IP, it's going to tank.
Yeah.
It's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Netflix usually does a pretty freaking good job
They do.
on their adaptations.
The Castlevania anime, I think, got announced for a 4th or 5th season.
I've heard
first
that's really
first
good.
2 seasons are so good. I didn't watch the 3rd one. First 2 seasons are just, extremely good. The animation in that show is like nothing I've seen on it. Like it's so
Really?
high budget. Yeah.
Hmm.
And they're doing a Devil May Cry by the same guy. They're
Okay.
doing Devil May Cry
Yeah.
anime. So Netflix is putting a ton of money into these video
gaming.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we were talking before this, even Cuphead's getting a TV
I
show.
don't understand what that's gonna be like, or how the charming part about Cuphead is it looks like garbage and it is so goddamn difficult.
Yes.
I don't know how you make something difficult in a show unless you make it difficult to watch,
Yeah.
which would be really meta. That would be super big brain.
So hard to watch.
Can you imagine? That's how they incorporate the difficulty of Cuphead is they just make it really hard to watch.
That'd be pretty
That
pretty
would be
funny.
So funny, dude. I freaking love it. So, Far Cry animes, which is really weird that there are 2 separate series. I don't know much about that. Do you know much about that?
No, I know that, like you said, the first one's Blood Dragon. The second one is going to be original. It's not based on any of the games. It's just going to be set in the universe. Yeah. So it's going to be the IP, but it's going to be a completely original property. kind of like
Huh.
the Resident Evil animes, or they've got one live action coming out on Netflix and one anime. The anime is like CGI.
Okay, like the 3D
yeah,
models.
like
People,
it looks like a Resident Evil game.
People hate that.
I don't like it. I would have much rather like a
depends.
stylized 2D, but like Invincible. I don't know if you've watched Invincible, but the superhero show.
Oh,
On
I want to
Amazon.
watch it.
Yeah,
I heard it's really
super
good.
good. I've read the whole comic series, and the show's really faithful to it, and it's extremely good. But if you're gonna give me a video game show, I prefer them to be kind of like that. Like this is, it looks like it's cutscenes from Resident Evil game, and I'm like, I don't play. But I don't know. They may do good. But anyway, I think the live action, the anime is going to be based on the game. So the live action one is going to be set in the universe, but not with video game characters. So
so one of them is anime, one of them's live action.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, not Far Cry, Resident Evil.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, I'm getting all over the
Yeah,
place.
no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Far Cry both
Rated.
are anime. Resident Evil has an anime CGI and a live action. But
Okay, cool.
the reason I was comparing them is the anime CGI Resident Evil is based on the game characters. Live action is original, and then Blood Dragon anime is based on the game, but the other anime is completely original property, just set in the universe. So,
Okay.
yeah.
You ever seen a Gantz Zero? Gantz 0. It's like a movie. It's like an anime movie on Netflix. It looks so freaking good. And if it was anything like that, it looks.
It looks like that.
I'm down for that.
It looks like that. Like it's the same style. Yeah.
Where like
Yeah.
you can tell it's not real, but you're also like, that kind of looks real.
No, it looks the exact same. The animation is the same. It might be the same studio.
Really?
Resident Evil. Yeah.
Well, that looked freaking cool. I watched the Gantz movie. I mean, it was a cool concept.
It doesn't look as good as this, which is weird because this came out in 2016.
Yeah, Gantz Zero has been out. It's a cool freaking movie. You guys should watch it if you haven't seen it. It's like an hour, a little bit longer than an hour ish.
Looks cool.
Cool concept.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. Kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. Kind of has weird pacing, but it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Looks so good.
Like, see, I like this. It doesn't look like this. Looks like actual animation. The screenshots they've shown of Resident Evil looks like CGI cutscenes that don't look great. So
yeah.
Anyway,
well, hopefully the Far Cry. Hopefully Netflix keeps Ubisoft away with like a
I hope
800,000 feet pole.
Yeah.
Because anything that Ubisoft gets its hands on ends up becoming an open world RPG. And somehow they're going to...
Open world anime.
You're going to feel like there's just too much to do in the world of Far Cry.
Yes.
Which there already is. That was kind of like their first... Far Cry was kind of like, there's way too much to do.
Oh, yeah.
And yet there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
So those will be really interesting. As for the game, they haven't shown a lot. It sounds like it is a cool. It could be cool.
Sounds like they're putting a lot of money into the acting,
which could be a really good thing.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be a horrible idea. Could tank Ubisoft. Just kidding. Nothing can tank that Titan. So
they've survived too much.
They really have.
They're immortal.
They really are. So that's pretty interesting. But we'll talk more about it. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't think we're going to see any more about it the rest of this E3.
We might.
might.
This stuff was just in the Summer Games Fest yesterday.
That's true.
In the Ubisoft Forward is tomorrow.
So I guess that is true.
We might see it tomorrow.
So hopefully we'll see more of it, and we can talk more about it next week.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if it looks fun, it's such a cool concept, and I want to enjoy it. It might be the type of that's like a might buy for me. I don't really know.
Yeah. I could be swayed either way.
Yeah. That's kind of where I am as well.
More easily swayed to not buying it, but
yeah.
If it looks really good, if I can get them on those Ubisoft sales, especially.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that game drops October, December. You're getting it for $20.
Yeah.
And you're getting so much. I think I mentioned this last time. I got the second like the deluxe, but not like super deluxe. I think my exact words were "kiss you on the lips," deluxe, because you have like normal, regular, and then they'll come to your house and give you a kiss.
Oh yeah.
The middle one. I got
Okay.
the middle one for like $55, and
Holy
like
cow.
2 months after it came out.
Of what game you didn't say?
Valhalla.
Valhalla. Okay.
So
Nice.
it was pretty good. I put it down.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to pick it back up. Part of me is like, just don't do it.
Yeah.
So that's Far Cry 6. Now, before we get to the coup de grace of this summer weeks,
Yeah.
we do have to mention Tales of Arise. We should also say that neither one of us really know what this is.
Yeah.
Just looking at the trailer that they released, or the gameplay showcase specifically, which actually came out April 22nd.
Oh.
So that's maybe not the best on us for knowing when it's coming out. Apparently it's coming out in October. It looks like I was saying this before, it looks like a mixture of the Final Fantasy 15,
Yeah.
where it was like sort of the team-based, lock on, but it still felt turn-based RPG mixed with Dragon Quest, the newest one. I don't know, Dragon's Quest 4500, whatever the butthole they're on.
I don't know.
It's on. I got it for free on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Played for like an hour and a half. Was like, yeah, I really don't like this.
It's too, like, these games are
Chibi.
really big. It's not cheap. These games are really big in Japan,
Yeah.
and it's just too much for the Japanese market for me. Like, these are the Tales of Arise is Japanese RPG, and some people really love them, but some people just won't play. Like, I can't. I have a hard time doing Final Fantasy, and that's the most I can do. But there's some of these that are just way in depth, and I can't do it. Like, a lot of people liked Persona 5. That's
Holy! I tried to play that. That was nuts.
I can't do it.
I couldn't. Truthfully, I couldn't get past like the intro. Like I played 3 hours, and I was still like learning stuff, and I was like, I'm done.
Some people
you have
love
not won
it.
me over.
And but I can't. Like, it's probably because most of them are 300, 400, 500 hours. To play completely through.
You're gonna sink.
And I just, and that's more of the culture in Japan too, with the video games. But I don't know. They just, I can appreciate them for what they are, but they're not for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I like them a little bit more because I enjoy RPGs.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way. Like I played Final Fantasy 15 for an hour and then was like, there's just way too much.
It's so much.
It's so insane.
Yeah.
Even like, did you ever play Code Vein? It was a game, everybody just called it anime Dark Souls. And that's pretty much what it was.
Very, very familiar. I do know this. I didn't play it.
Yeah.
But I know it. Yeah.
It was fun, but it even still, like, there was so much going on that it was kind of difficult to follow.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, I got the full deluxe. The directors came and gave me a kiss on the lips for like $25.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a pretty good deal.
I bet you wish you could get that version of God of War. You'd love a Balrog.
Freaking
kiss
Balrog. I would kiss Balrog. He wouldn't even have to kiss me. I'd kiss him.
You just paid just to have him stand there.
I would pay just for the base version of the game if I got to kiss him. That's how much I love that game. It's so freaking good.
Yeah.
But Tales of Arise, a lot of people were excited for it.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know much about it. We very well could see more of it.
Yeah, we could.
Over the week. I mean, it's coming out relatively soon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it could be that we're seeing a lot of it this week. It could be that we see none of it.
Yeah.
But we'll keep you guys updated with that. But now we get to
This is what you've been holding
the
yourself
meat
back
and potatoes.
49 minutes of you trying to hold back.
49 minutes of pure just desire to talk about this. Elden Ring, which I didn't know that this game was ever going to come out. I genuinely felt like it was never going to come out.
That's interesting because a lot of people were thinking that it got silently canceled.
Yeah.
Because they just didn't
Like when I was talking about it.
Yeah, when I was researching for this episode, I didn't watch. I skipped over. I guess I accidentally skipped over this when I was fast forwarding through the Game Fest yesterday. So I went back and watched it, and I was reading some articles while it was playing, and a lot of people, same opinion. They were thinking this thing was announced at E3 2019, and we haven't heard anything.
Jack.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So it's a big deal that suddenly got shown.
Oh no, yeah, this is huge. So like you said, this was announced at E3 2019. It's being created by FromSoft. FromSoft, of course, known for Dark Souls and for Demon Souls.
Yep.
And they have just, I mean, of course, a disgustingly huge cult following.
Yes.
For those games, and it's because they're good. I played.
Oh yeah.
I didn't play the original Demon Souls. I played the remake, but I played all of the FromSoft games.
Yep.
They're all really fun, really good.
Yeah.
I hate when everybody thinks everything is Souls-like. The fact that that's a new genre almost is stupid.
Yeah.
But really, really fun games. And it's super interesting. One of the big selling points was the fact that they got George R.R. Martin,
Yeah.
who is the writer of Game of Thrones, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So they got him to kind of co-work with them because I'm pretty sure they said back in 2015 or 2016, Dark Souls 3 came out in 2016, but it might have been in 2015, that Hideo...
Kojima?
No, not Kojima.
What?
No, Miyazaki. It's Miyazaki.
Okay.
Miyazaki's the one that does.
Yeah. I was like, who else is Hideo?
Yeah.
Miyazaki.
I can't remember the other part of his name. I don't even remember if Miyazaki's
pretty sure it's
last name.
Miyazaki. Yeah.
In any case, the director of Dark Souls basically said that they are.
I don't know how to say his first name.
How do you say it?
No, this is Studio Ghibli. Are we talking about the same guy?
No.
From
Software.
Soft.
Miyazaki.
Must be two of them. There are. One's, I don't know how to say the Ghibli guy. This is. I'm not going to say it.
Say it. Do it. Give it your best shot. Hitaki. No.
No. It's Hyde. Hidetaka. Hyde. I'm sure it's not Hidetaka. That's.
I feel like I've definitely heard his name pronounced. In any case, but his last name is Miyazaki.
Yes.
So everybody knows him as Miyazaki. Miyazaki said that he wanted to get away from the Dark Souls lore. Like he doesn't want it to be Dark Souls, where the curse of the undead, the souls, and the linking of the flame, and all this other jank.
Hidetaka.
I don't think you said it the way that she said it.
I said it very.
She said it very traditionally. You go Hidaki.
Just imagine. This is me. It won't play. I muted it. Sorry. I'm not gonna.
Hidetaka. What?
Hidetaka. Yeah.
I feel like I've heard it pronounced a different way.
Oh, well, I mean, this is howtopronounce.com. It's not his pronunciation.
That's the dumbest name for a website.
It's howtopronounce.com.
Howtopronounce.com for all your pronunciation needs. That's ridiculous. That's
no,
in any case,
it is. I'm looking at it another place.
How do they say it?
The same way.
Google Translate it.
They've got phonetics.
Oh,
and it's Hidetaka. Yeah.
Hidetaka. Hidetaka Miyazaki.
There we go.
Hidetaka Miyazaki.
Boom.
That rolls off the tongue real easy. So I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be based separately off of the Dark Souls lore, which is good because that was starting to get old.
Yes.
Even though the Dark Souls games, Demon Souls and Dark Souls, if you guys don't know, is just flushed with lore, but the way that they do it is they don't spell it out for you like most games. You
Mhm.
have everything is in like item descriptions, characters,
Mhm.
and what they say.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. There's a guy on YouTube. His name is Vati Vidya. He's made a career out of
I bet.
formulating the lore. I love his videos. He does a really good job.
He's got merch.
Yeah, no, he's got a lot of merch. He's really cool. But these games are flush with lore. They are a ton of fun just to play. They look phenomenal. And you kind of you feel that it looks like Demon Souls.
I think the design, maybe not Demon Souls. I don't know. I get Demon Souls and Dark Souls confused because I haven't played them very often, very much.
Yeah.
So it could be Dark Souls. I think it is Dark Souls. I think
Yeah. I think that the gameplay trailer that they
trailer,
released.
Yeah. Is it Dark Souls?
Dark Souls.
Okay.
It looks very Dark Souls, where
I probably that's what I'm.
they're kind of basing it off of Bloodborne.
I think so.
It doesn't look
too.
as disgusting.
Yeah, but
Bloodborne was disgusting, and Dark Souls took a lot of inspiration from it. Actually, now that I'm watching it, I can see some Demon Souls. I thought Demon Souls looked incredible. That was the best looking video game I've ever seen.
oh yeah,
It looked so good. It
Yeah.
wasn't too disgusting, but it was a little disgusting because those games, pretty much all of FromSoft's games, are gross. Well, I guess Sekiro wasn't too gross.
Yeah.
It was kind of gross.
kind of.
Some of it was gross.
Yeah.
But in what they showed, it looks like Dark Souls 3, which again, I didn't love the way the Dark Souls 3 looked. It was a fun game. I didn't love its art style. But the gameplay itself looked so different, which I think is probably my favorite part about this,
Mm-hmm.
because
Like that horse jumping up the
yeah,
mountain.
there's
Yeah, that was
first of all, there's
crazy.
just horseback.
Yeah.
There's horseback combat, which has
Yeah.
never been a thing in a From Software game, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
And I played all of them but Bloodborne, which I know does not have horseback combat.
You are
looks,
the horse in that game.
Yeah. It looks like a lot of the like animations and crap
Mm-hmm.
are pretty much. A lot of them are. It looks like the same from like Dark Souls. And
Yeah, you
all
can tell
that.
it's the same engine.
Yeah, definitely same engine. It looks cool. Gameplay wise, though, like you have the same. It looks like the shared animations.
Mm-hmm.
You have some of the. You have. I mean, you can tell there are some summons, and they look pretty much how they look, like the blue helpful phantoms.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine there's going to be red bad phantoms that invade you. But the stuff that they showed off was so cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you've got a horse,
Yeah.
which looks dope. It just looks freaking cool. You get to like joust. Oh my god, that looks so cool.
It does.
You can make the horse jump, and he jumps up mountains. What the butt is that? This looks.
Yeah.
I guess technically, Soulsborne and Sekiro were open world, but they never felt
Technically, yeah.
open world.
Yeah.
Because you had a very linear amount of open world.
Yeah.
This looks much more open world. This looks like very
Oh,
like
it does, yeah.
Ghosts of Tsushima. I can't say it right.
You got it right.
I know. But I have to sit there. If I were to
You
go
got it.
right,
Ghost
Ghost
of
of Tsushima. That's,
Ghost of Tsushima.
I'm not
Can't say
trying
it
there.
right.
It's hard. It's tongue twister with the T. It looks much more open world,
Yeah.
like Tsushima did.
It does, yeah.
Which is a really cool concept, having an actual open world,
Mm-hmm.
Dark Souls,
Yeah.
whatever game. It looks like they're also potentially bringing some stuff from Sekiro, which that was a big thing when that game came out.
Was that the game? That was a game with grappling hooks and stuff, right?
Yeah, that was like the ninja game,
Yeah.
or the samurai game.
Yeah.
Really fun.
Yeah.
Super difficult.
I'm still mad. I had a chance to get that. It was on PlayStation Plus for free 1 month, and it was while I was moving, I think. So I didn't have anything plugged up,
Yeah.
and I forgot that you could just go on the website and
Yeah,
claim
just
it.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, and I missed it, and I was real mad.
It's a really good game. It
Yeah.
is definitely the hardest From Software game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. And so when that game came out, a lot of the people were saying like it came out that they were FromSoft was looking at the stuff that they did in Sekiro and trying to apply it to more of a Dark Souls type of
Yeah.
thing. The biggest things that Sekiro did, less dodging.
Yeah.
I mean, in Sekiro there was very little dodging.
They relied
Like-
a lot on like parrying and stuff. Right?
Yeah. So parrying was the biggest thing
Yeah.
because you had the posture meter.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing was parrying. Jumping was huge. There was a whole lot of traversal.
Yeah.
Like it was a very
That's right, it was
a
very
pseudo
vertical.
pseudo
Yeah.
3D platforming.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, and it looked like there's going to be some elements of that. I don't think it's going to be exactly like Sekiro,
Yeah. But it looks similar.
but it definitely looks very similar,
Yeah.
which is freaking cool.
Yeah.
Because I know Dark Souls games, like they're so janky,
Yes.
and it's fun because
Yeah.
they're so janky,
Mhm.
and you die because of the jank, and you're like, you know what? It's the charm. It's charming.
Yeah.
The fact that for no reason I'm dead, and I lost all my souls, and I'm really upset, but it's charming. So that's really cool. They brought like in one of the scenes, there's stealth,
Yeah.
which is so freaking cool because that
Yeah.
was the other big thing
In Sekiro.
that Sekiro
Mm-hmm.
brought, and they did a really good job with it. Stealth was really fun in Sekiro.
Yeah.
So if they can, it'll be interesting to see how big stealth is. If it's just like a gimmick, or if it's like, in Sekiro it wasn't like a big mechanic. I wouldn't call it like the mechanic.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to play stealthy, you could absolutely do it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't very good at the game, so that's what I did. Was I played stealthy
Hey,
because
that's why it's there.
I could not beat the game.
That's what I'd say.
Exactly. So there were just a lot of really cool things. And I think people were excited for the Demon Souls remake,
Mhm.
but people kind of knew what to expect to an
Yeah.
extent.
This is almost to that like cyberpunk hype that everybody talks about it. At least the people that I'm around, like people at work, everybody. Elden Ring was like this myth until
Yeah.
yesterday, So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I think the big difference between CD Projekt Red and FromSoft is FromSoft has delivered
Oh yeah,
on the hype.
and it's not something
They've not
totally
made a
different.
bad game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, people didn't like Dark Souls 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think the older it gets, the more people like it.
Yeah.
And it's definitely, if not for Sekiro, if you just omit, I would honestly say the Scholars of the First Sin version. I don't know if you ever played that. Dark Souls 2.
So,
That,
I
it
didn't.
was so frustrating. Granted, the idea of difficulty was changed from better enemy design to just gank. And they would just pile in enemies into a small corridor. You're like, dude, this is stupid. But it was hard.
Yeah.
And that's what people wanted. They felt it was too easy, but so they made it hard. And it feels like in some areas tripled the enemy count. But all that to say, like, they've not made a bad game. And so I feel like I totally agree with you. Like, this game has so much hype, and people are just dying to play this game.
Yeah.
And I am much more confident. Like when Cyberpunk was getting all its hype, I called, like, there's no way the game can live up to this hype.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no possible way. Elden Ring absolutely can.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I'm really excited to play this game.
Yeah.
The more that I watch it, I really wasn't too excited before, but then I started watching some of the stuff. I'm like, dang, dude. And the fact that it's coming out in January.
Oh yeah.
That's the craziest
January
thing.
21st. Yeah.
We didn't see
Right around the corner.
anything.
Yeah.
That and
See, I think they're good about that, though.
Mm-hmm.
They were good about keeping their mouths shut, where CD Projekt Red was not with Cyberpunk. Like, they announced it, we didn't hear anything. And then now they're like, oh, 7 months, we're good. So
I feel like that's how they need to start. I think that that's the best way for gaming companies.
Nintendo does that too.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, this comes out next week.
Yeah. I mean, like, it works so well.
It does, yeah.
You think about, like, you remember when Apex came out?
Apex Legends?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Where it was just straight up, like,
Yeah.
one day, Epic was like, all right, we're going to have a newscast. And everyone's like, all right, whatever. And they're like, yeah, we have a new BR.
Yeah.
It's out, like, right now, free if you want to play it. And it was, like, a mad dash.
Yeah.
Flooded their servers. Games stopped for, like, a day.
Yeah.
And they fixed it. So I think that the whole, like, we're announcing this, or we're showing the first look,
Yeah.
and it's also coming out in less than a half a year.
Yeah.
I think that that's a really freaking good way to do it,
Mhm.
because there was so much hype.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Like, there was that teaser trailer from 2019.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep.
This.
And see, this way they don't have to string people along either.
Mhm.
It's just, here it is. This is what'll get you. Like, we'll probably see something about it this coming week. But, they really only have to ride it out from here for the next, until January. They don't have to do too much anymore, So,
Yeah.
like, they could drop just screenshots and stuff and be totally fine.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So I'm really hoping that we see some more of it. I'm really hoping in the trailer it looks like it's running on a 8th gen, right? We're on Gen 9 now.
yeah.
It looks like it's
It
running
looks
on
like it's
8th gen.
Yes.
I'm hoping that they have its own individual, and it looks like it does, its own individual
Version
release.
I don't think that this far January will be. That'll be a year that I've had my PS5. I got my PS5 like January 10th of this year.
That's about when I got mine. A little bit later.
There's no way they're gonna just make it a PS4 and Xbox One version.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
think
because it says, January 21st, 2020 is when you'll be able to play it on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and last-gen consoles.
Okay.
Publisher Bandai Namco says the Xbox version of the game will support smart delivery, which I'm pretty sure is just their upgrade. And players who purchase the PS4 version of the game will get a free upgrade to the PS5 version. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be the whole Ghost of Tsushima, where in terms of you get it for last gen, and it's a big deal because you've got the frame rate or quality option, and then once you get it for next gen, hopefully it's also like Ghost of
You can do it. You can do it.
I don't think I can.
You can do it.
Ghost of Tsushima.
There you go.
It's like that, where it's like you can pick either frame rate or graphics, but it doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's like the true.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I would say they have to. I mean, if we're getting, like, God of War had a patch, and Ghost of Tsushima had a patch, and Spider-Man had a whole new release, and Jedi Fallen Order's patch comes out tomorrow, I think, for PS5.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a pretty game.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go back and play it.
Are you?
I think I have it on. Am I? No, I'm not.
I was about to say.
I'll launch it.
Still playing
I'll
freaking Mario Galaxy.
Got that in September.
I know, and the fact that you're still playing it is absolutely insane.
Well, I guess I played Sunshine before that because it was in the pack.
Well, regardless, the fact that you're still playing the pack, is
I haven't
kinda
touched
nutty.
64 yet, so I don't have time.
Yeah,
I will put the disc in, go to the Bodega, I think was the big forest planet. Go there,
something like that.
look at it,
Love
turn
it.
it off.
Turn it off. Yeah,
Love it. Turn it off. Go back to Mario Galaxy.
So, hopefully, that's how this is. In that you boot it up on a previous gen and it looks good. It's still gonna look good.
Yeah.
For people with next gen, hopefully they're gonna boot it up and be like, "This is so good."
Yeah.
But we'll see. But the fact that that came out is so nuts and is really exciting. I'm really excited
Yeah.
for this game now.
I think it's interesting, too, that they said that it is being developed for a variety. Bandai said it's being developed for a variety of other areas outside of video games. So I think that with George R. R. Martin's involvement, that this could very easily become a book series, which I get, he's the hot name in fantasy right now, and I think Brandon Sanderson is about to be, because he's got a character in Fortnite.
Who's Brandon? Who is
he wrote like Mistborn. His current ones are Stormlight. They're high I don't know if they're high fantasy, but they're fantasy. I think he's a better writer than George R. R. Martin. I think Patrick Rothfuss is too.
Shots fired.
But
hot take.
I get why they are going with him, because he's the hot name right now.
Okay.
And I think that this could very easily turn into a book. It could very easily turn into a TV series on Amazon or something, because Amazon's really big into doing it. Like, they've got that Lord of the Rings series coming out, and so I think that this could very easily. They've confirmed it's other things, but with his involvement, very easily turn into something else, narrative and stuff like that. So yeah.
So it's big stuff. I really hope that we're going to see some more of this this week. I don't know, because I don't know where in the slots they would fit.
Yeah.
I don't think that they would go specifically to like Xbox.
Yeah.
For Xbox to show it off, especially because they have historic ties with PlayStation.
Right. I mean, they could. PlayStation's is, I think, this coming week.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that it comes out for both. I was about to ask if it was going to come out on Switch, because I feel like all these games come out on Switch, and then it probably runs like absolute doo-doo.
If it comes out on
if it comes out on Switch, it's going to run at like
if it
4
does
FPS.
Well, see, that's interesting, though, because that kind of leads into what I'm hoping to see this coming week. And by the time this episode's out, we will have seen. So, we can go back and say, wow, I didn't predict anything right. But speaking of the Switch, I'm interested to see if they will show a Switch Pro, because it's so rumored that it's like, I mean, manufacturers have said it's coming out. NVIDIA, who makes the chips, have said it's in production. So I'm interested, speaking of it being on the Switch, if the Switch Pro is going to be announced, and then it maybe could run better. So
maybe. But that leads us into a good segment of what we want to see from E3. And, of course, we'll have our episode kind of talking about all of the big stuff and the cool stuff that comes out after E3 is all finished with.
Yeah.
But we kind of made a list. We'll kind of go through these relatively quickly, stopping on the big ones. The biggest one I think that we're both really wanting to see is some God of War.
Yeah.
We're not going to see it this week, specifically at E3, just because Sony and PlayStation aren't doing anything.
Yeah. See, I wrote that down when I forgot that they weren't going to be there.
Yeah.
But that's still, let me see. State of play.
If it happens this week, then that's one thing, and then we can talk about it as well.
Yeah. So, okay. So this says they're missing. Oh my God! Please stop with these pop-ups. Sony. So Ratchet and Clank just came out. And then they just had a state of play for Horizon, which we didn't cover because there wasn't too much in it.
No.
Has been announced. So it looks like they don't have anything planned. So they're it says that maybe they join maybe they do it in July, because EA's is in July.
Okay.
They're not doing it this month. So
hopefully at some point we see some God of War.
I hope so.
Because we
just something. I mean, it's coming. If it comes out in 2021, or 2022, I don't think it's ridiculous to see something.
Yeah.
Like, even if it comes out October, I don't think it's ridiculous. Maybe it'll come out in April like it did the first time.
Who knows? Hopefully
What?
Oh, what were you gonna say?
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, hopefully we're gonna see some God of War. Just it would
In
be kind of
general.
lit
Yeah.
if Sony was just like, "Hey, screw y'all," and just drop some God of War, and that's gonna be like, that could be a day's worth of like,
Oh, yeah.
holy crap, that's God of War.
Yeah,
Like if they just wanted to go at Microsoft,
that'd be so funny.
so like,
Just drop it in
yeah,
the middle of
like
that'd be
like on
Microsoft's
Sunday.
presenting, and they're like, "Send."
Yeah. So Microsoft Xbox starts presenting at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
Be on the lookout for a 12:30 start to a Sony State of Play,
So funny.
all about
Yeah,
God of War,
God of War State
at
of Play.
12:30.
That'd be
That would be
They've
awesome.
done that before. There was something that Microsoft was doing, and Sony jumped in and made it. I think it was for the PS5. They jumped in and made a press conference. Yeah,
That would be freaking awesome.
So funny.
So let's hope. Let's hope for that.
Second biggest thing, Breath of the Wild 2,
Absolutely.
because we saw that 2 years ago at E3 with the cinematic, and I really want to see some details.
Yeah, and
Really
they came
want to
out.
see some gameplay.
They came out with their most recent Nintendo Direct back in March when
Yeah.
that was the big Pokemon thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that they don't have any updates, but they're gonna have more for us later in the year.
Hopefully, it's
I'd be so surprised if they didn't show at least something.
yeah. I would
Even if
almost
it's not a gameplay trailer.
Yeah. I mean, because they've got, let's see, on Tuesday, they've got their Direct, and then
Mhm.
they've got their Treehouse. So I would be shocked if they didn't show at least something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that they can get away with not. Because I also think it's around the corner. I think it's going to come out next year.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. I freaking hope so. So that's as it stands in terms of E3. That's really the one game that we are most excited for
Mhm.
to hopefully see something. And then I'll kind of go through the next of these,
'Kay.
touching on a few of them. If you have any that you're really excited about, we'll talk about. So there's supposed to be some news on the new Halo TV show.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to make a movie couple years back, tanked.
Bad.
So I think this will potentially tank, but who knows? Starfield, which is the new Bethesda IP, which they have been hyping up
Yes.
all the time.
And it's interesting. I wanted to stop at this one really quick
Mhm.
because with the purchase of Bethesda, the Xbox or the Microsoft purchase, Starfield could be an Xbox exclusive. But it's funny because first it was a PlayStation exclusive.
Really?
When it was announced, it was
I
a
didn't know that.
PlayStation exclusive.
I didn't know
So
that.
they could have had it just taken out from under them when Microsoft.
Yeah,
bought
it could
Bethesda.
be. A lot of people are not very trusting of Bethesda. And so while it was a pretty big power play by Microsoft to buy Bethesda,
Yeah.
I'm not sure unless Starfield comes out and it's just a banger.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that they said that Bethesda is not going to be making Skyrim and Fallout version like console exclusives.
They said at least the ones that are in development right now that they'll reiterate or they'll reevaluate after Elder Scrolls 6.
Which is good because Elder Scrolls 6, still we have nothing
Nothing.
about it. We'll probably see it.
That's one of my most wanted to see this
Yeah.
E3.
We should. I actually don't see that on our list. But
It's on
that's. Oh yeah, yeah. So we're probably going to see Elder Scrolls 6. In terms of console exclusivity, that'll probably be okay because Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim came out a year ago. So it's 10 years ago. Sorry.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Insane.
we won't have to worry about that.
It'll just be another Skyrim re-release. Is what
Dude,
they'll show.
I'm gonna be so pissed. It's gonna piss me off so
It's
bad.
like it's the PS5 version. That's all it is.
Dude, just at that point, I feel like make a PS2 version. Just go backwards.
It's true. I know.
Like, that would be awesome.
That would be a D-make.
Yeah. A D-make, that'd be freaking dope. Yes.
Jinx.
Final Fantasy 16, which I'm pretty sure I saw the trailer for this. This looked dope.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
looked
they,
really
they,
cool.
they showed it at the Game Awards, I think, or something
Mhm.
like that. Yeah, it looked pretty cool. And like I said, when we were talking about
JRPGs.
yeah, JRPGs, Tales of Arise. Not my thing, but I still really like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
And I buy
Cool
them
concept.
and I play them for 20 hours or something, and then I get overwhelmed. But I still really like playing them. I still really like them as a franchise. So
Yeah. So there's that. Dying Light 2, which you
cannot wait.
really liked.
Yes.
I get confused as to what Dying Light is because I get it confused with Dead Island.
Yeah, you
I
get
get
it
it confused
Dead
with
Island.
everything. There's
It's
so many zombie games.
Really good. There's still Dying Light 1 is still having active support, like new game modes, new DLC.
Really?
Yeah, to this day.
Is that the parkour one?
Yes,
Okay. I
But-
remember.
but it's the heavy parkour.
Okay.
Dead Island has some.
Yeah,
some
I
awkward,
remember. I remember our favorite rapper playing it one time.
Yes.
In his basement, like
Yes.
right after he got a PS4.
Yes.
And I remember he kept on telling me, he was like, "You need to get this game," and I was like, "I have no desire to play this game." And
It's a
I
good game.
have not looked back.
It's really. They have a lot of pop culture references and stuff.
Mhm.
Like there's like the Mario Tanuki suit you can get and fly around, and
Wow,
so it's like
that's weird.
it's ridiculous.
That's really weird.
Yeah, they have a Plants
That
vs
is
Zombies
interesting,
like
though.
real, like it's like the zombies walk around with stuff on their heads, and
Huh.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
Second one looks really cool because the decisions you make actually affect the map, and like
Hmm.
you choose factions, and it's kind of like a Fallout game or something like that.
That is cool.
I really want to see. So they just announced the Sonic Colors remaster,
Is-
and
Okay.
like the one on the Wii that was the
Yeah.
wisps, and but they said that there's one that they haven't announced yet, and I don't know. There's always rumors of a 3D Sonic game and all this stuff.
Shadow
But-
the Hedgehog 2.
Not Sonic Adventure 3. It's Shadow 2.
Shadow 2. Dude, that would be awesome. I was thinking, because as you were saying that, I was like, where does Sega go with Sonic? And my first thought was give Sonic a gun. And I was like, wait a minute.
That's
they
already
did that. It was awesome.
It'll be Shadow the Hedgehog 2, subtitled Damn.
But this time they choose a different word. This time they just drop the F-bomb.
There we go.
Like you're like,
Just
are you
make it.
freaking serious? It's like a
Oh my
middle
God.
schooler just learning how to curse the
Yes.
first time.
Yep.
That's how they do it. That'd be awesome.
But I do hope to see some kind of 3D Sonic game because it's pretty rumored right now. And the last modern Sonic game was awful. I can't even remember the name.
Was that the one where like he wasn't fast?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
you
had
could
like
create
the
your own
grappling-
character. Yeah.
Oh,
But
that
you're right
one.
though. No, you could grapple. Yeah, you grapple.
Well, that was that.
Are you talking about Unleashed?
I'm thinking about the one that the TV show was based off of.
Oh, Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom, yeah, where he like
no, not that.
he was actually not fast,
Oh yeah.
and everyone was like, the whole like his thing is gotta go fast.
Yeah.
That,
Well, see,
what
that's-
happened?
I think
I know
that's-
fast.
That's why it's hard to do a 3D Sonic game because you can only go so fast through it. Like 2D is way easier.
Yeah,
If you're going through a 3D space, it gets kind of hard. But
yeah.
I can't remember the one where you can create your own character, and it was like really
Sonic Forces or
forces.
something like that.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
made for furries because you could just create your own character.
It's true. It's made for furries. And we've made our stance on furries very clear.
I want to see a new 3D Mario game. I want to see an Odyssey sequel, because that came out 2017. So I think we're time to maybe see some kind of hint.
Maybe.
I want to see more on the Pokemon games.
Yeah, that is really interesting
Yeah.
to see. Because people, the did you see the cover art for
No.
Diamond and Pearl?
No.
They look really bad.
Do they?
Okay. I don't personally think they look all that bad. People were so pissed. People were so freaking pissed.
Let's see.
They don't look great. They're very bland, very boring, very like, really? That's it? That's what you're gonna do
I can't find them.
for Shining Diamond?
Oh wait, hang on. I think I just did.
It looks like
Oh yeah.
soft shelled
Yeah.
Dialga and Palkia.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that'll be interesting. I imagine we're gonna see. Hopefully, we'll get answered the question if they're bringing back Dynamaxing and or
Yeah.
Mega, which everyone is like begging, like, please freaking do Megas, please. Oh my
I
God,
hope.
give us
I don't
Megas.
like Dynamax.
I don't either. I don't think that they're going to do either. I think they're going to just be aggressively
Just plain.
faithful.
Yeah.
But then we're also going to see. I would be really surprised if they don't show off some Arceus.
That's what I don't care to see anymore. Diamond and Pearl.
I don't know.
Like, I'll probably get it. But
I might.
I'm not interested in seeing any more of it. I just really want to see Arceus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely agree. So hopefully they show that. But yeah, we'll see.
The next one I want to see just for giggles is Guardians of the Galaxy, because
Like a new movie or a
no, it's a game. You know the Marvel game that came out that
Yeah.
Square Enix did that
Yeah.
tanked?
horrible.
They thought it was going to do so well that Marvel renewed their contract with them to make a Guardians game. Guardians of the Galaxy game, just like the Marvel one.
Boy.
So just for giggles, I want to see where they're going to go with that.
They have so much money. They're
Like,
just like throwing it out the window.
Yeah, I just want to see where that's going to go. But speaking of Disney, Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones, I think it's Bethesda or BioWare. Somebody's doing an Indiana Jones game that they released a small teaser of it a couple months ago, and
Mhm.
it looks so fun. There was an Indiana Jones game on the Wii that Bethesda. Yeah, it's Bethesda. That I really liked, and I'm a sucker for Indiana Jones. I'll buy anything Indiana Jones, and I really want to see some gameplay of this or some more news. I also want to see Final Fantasy VII Part 2, because Part 1 just got its PS5 upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
It
Did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, that comes out.
No.
No, that comes out this month.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It's not out yet, though, right?
I definitely want to get it once it gets the port, because I didn't want to play it before it got the port. I wanted to play it just like
I think it
sorry, the
PS5 version. Yeah,
Yeah.
the the upscale, whatever. Yeah,
upscale.
I also want to see for Star Wars. There's Knights of the Old Republic remaster rumored.
They're all EA, right?
No. BioWare.
That's right.
Did KOTOR. EA has some of them. EA has like the
Okay.
Battlefront and the Fallen Order,
Okay.
which I want to see Fallen Order 2, hopefully, like some kind of tease.
Hopefully they have a better cast, because the entirety of the cast was literally awful. Bad story.
Yeah, okay. Well, I still liked it.
It was a good game.
It was still fun.
It was still fun.
But no, BioWare did KOTOR, and I don't know who owns Disney said that they're multiple companies have the rights to Star Wars games. EA is just the first one out of the gate. So,
yeah.
And then we've talked about Splinter Cell earlier. I had that on here, but we talked about their anime series, and I want to see that. I already said Elder Scrolls 6. So you were talking about WB only having 30 minutes, and I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure that's going to be NetherRealm, like, Mortal Kombat, something like that. And they've teased having another game in the works.
Mm-hmm.
But they've also teased it being a Marvel game. So Injustice,
Yeah.
DC, yeah, they've teased a Marvel version of that. So instead of it being DC, Superman, Batman, it'd be like Marvel with all of their characters. So I'm interested in that, and I know you want to see the monkey game.
I want to see me a monkey, dude.
See a
Freaking
monkey.
I think it's Black Myth Wukong. Let me double check. Yeah, Black Myth Wukong. This got shown last year. Yeah, it looks like it was last year.
Yeah.
It's based on the I don't think I know the actual original, but the old, I think it's a Japanese story, Chinese Journey to the West.
Journey to the West, yeah.
Journey to the West.
16th century novel.
Mm-hmm. And that's actually, fun fact, that a lot of Dragon Ball was based
Really?
off of Journey to the West.
Wow.
The game looks incredible. The
Yeah.
game looks amazing. It's oh god, I hate using this phrase. It's very
Here we
Dark
go.
Souls like.
Yeah, it is.
But it is. It's got the same sort of looks like circle strafe combat, dodge roll, parry type of deal. But it is such a I of course I've never read it. But it is so mythic. I love mythical type stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of like it's not high magic.
Yeah.
It's just high like holy crap, everything is nuts.
Yeah.
And you're a freaking monkey and I hope you can throw poop and it looks awesome. And I don't know, it's coming out in 2023.
Yeah, it's
so we
a
still have
while away.
quite a while.
Mhm.
And we were shown a little bit. We got a trailer as well as the official trailer came out in February, and then we got some gameplay really early on.
Mhm.
But I hope that we see a little bit more of that. And then the last thing that I want to see is some freaking Mass Effect. They came out with a trailer. I didn't realize. I just saw the Mass Effect official teaser trailer for the fact that Mass Effect is going to continue to have games. I saw it like a week ago. It came out near the beginning of December of 2020, so I'm a bit late. But with the Legendary Edition that just came out a couple weeks ago, I've been playing it religiously. I love that franchise, and so I'm really hoping that we get. In the trailer, they literally just said, we're going to keep making Mass Effect games.
Yeah.
BioWare is, which is good because Mass Effect, BioWare needs some dubs, and this is a big thing. Just like Blizzard needs some dubs, BioWare needs some dubs right now as a company, and so this is the type of thing that could really help revitalize the franchise or the company. So hopefully we get some of that. I'm not going to hold my tongue.
Hold your tongue. Hold your breath.
Hold my tongue, breath. Hold my breath. If your tongue is dirty, your breath stinks.
I do know that.
You did know that?
Yeah.
There we go. Well, that's kind of it. Like we said earlier, we're going to be releasing a video, hopefully, I want to say like Wednesday, Thursday, hopefully before Friday.
Yeah.
Just talking about everything that's going on in E3, because there's a lot. I'll go through it real quick. Again, Saturday, and all these times are going to be Eastern. Saturday, you have Ubisoft. Sunday, you have Xbox. Ubisoft is at 3 tomorrow, Saturday, June 12th. Sunday, June 13th at 1, Xbox and Bethesda. 3:15, Square Enix. 5 o'clock is Warner Bros. And 5:30 is PC Gaming Show. I don't actually know what that is. Monday, June 14th is Take-Two Interactive, which includes 2K Games, 2K Sports, and then also Rockstar. They have a panel at 1:15, and then Capcom has a news conference at 3:30. And then to wrap things off, on Tuesday, June 15th, Nintendo has their Direct at 12 p.m. Bandai Namco has theirs at 5:25. And then nobody really cares, but E3 has their award show at 7:45. So we're going to be keeping up to date with all of those, and I'm really excited to see what's going to be released or what's going to be talked about, and we'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah.
So I know I'm really excited. Mason, you look very excited.
I can't even explain how excited I am.
Mason is very excited. He can't even explain.
That's right. I can't.
How excited he is.
Can't fathom it.
He can't.
I don't even know what to do with this excitement in my body.
Well, thank you guys for listening. If you want to hit up our socials, sorry, it's been like 2 weeks. I almost forgot what to do.
What is an outro?
I almost forgot to plug socials.
Man.
If you want to hit us up on our Twitter, we're at DigiWaypoint on Twitter, and then on Instagram, we're at Digital Waypoint.
Yep.
Follow us. Look at our stuff. You can, if you want some visual stimulation, you want to look at a JPEG, hit us up at our YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment that I was gonna say comment you booty hole stank, but then I was like, that's not funny. But I just said it. So comment it because it's like it's a meta funny. It's like a big brain funny. It's funny because it's not funny because I said it's not funny.
It's
That's being funny.
Got it. Okay.
See what I did there?
The
So
full circle.
hit us up for some visual stimulation at Digital Waypoint on YouTube. And then, of course, whatever you're listening to, if you can, on your podcast listening, whatever, you want to give us some 5 stars, we'll come to your door and we'll kiss you.
We'll bring Balrog.
We'll bring Balrog, and I'll bring my copy of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and we'll give you a little kiss. So that's all that I have to say, Mason. You have any parting words?
No. I'm so excited.
Mason is so excited. We're both excited for this outro because you know what time it is. It is time for the outro music, baby. Whoa!